It's time to kick ass and chew bubble gum, and I'm all out of gum.
Great success.
Well, hello there guys, and welcome to the channel. How's everybody doing? What's up PP, what's up Alex, Roy, and Yash, and K-Dog, and Nathan, and JJ, and Nando, and everybody else. The level up objective was fun, took up 3 star after 10 levels and got it. Oh yeah, I actually haven't done it, so, you know. Let's level up someone. I don't think I actually have anyone to level, but oh, look at that, we got some units. What's up, Jellycon? 25 units, kind of not great. What's up, Kelly and the Crazy? Yes, you removed the message before. Katie just sauce you. Start playing again after a 2-year break. As soon as null hits, I'm wailing out so I can get rank for null. One of the most ultimate characters in the entire franchise. Why should I? What's wrong with that message? Stanley, a playable character? Please, no. I don't want to hit old man. Bad enough we need to attack World War veteran and, you know, a guy with one hand. We got school in like 2 hours. Well, get ready then. Get ready then. 624, I have no idea how to fight destructive feedback. I have a video on that. If you type in 624KT1, then you know. There you go. There will be a guide. Spoiler for what if. I saw nothing, I heard nothing, I read nothing. How do I get more ISO? Open more crystals. I can go for 6-star hype? No. I will not. I'll not go for 6-star hype. Here's the thing though. I just took off my Susu Masteries. So Arena is gonna be annoying now. Let's see what's happening here. Fine. Looks like MCOC is getting more active on YouTube. As in... explained. Anti-venom and null. Should be good. Should be quite good. Hope they are good. I don't necessarily hype for champions too much based on what they represent in like Marvel comics. It's not too often I do that. But if they look good, you know, I'll be excited. Sleepy this morning. I know, me too. I actually feel worse this morning than I did yesterday or even 2 days ago, so I don't know why. Feel more ill and weaker and stuff. Week 5 objectives was what you needed all along. In this current form, yeah. What they were initially, no. Online class and KT plus arena grind. Sounds good. Sounds good. Some more video showcase. Well, hopefully they keep at it. Hopefully they do keep at it. Ah, you jerk. Look at that stupid captain. Woo! That's what happens when you get annoyed. Doing a silent little champ. Yeah, exactly. Apparently we're getting a new version of Kang. Oh yeah, I already have a video on that Kang. Let's say. Kang 81. Initially, we thought it was going to be a Grandmaster Gauntlet boss, but no, it's going to be the 7.3 boss. But there's a video on that. There you go. Here you go. So Farago, how's everybody else doing today? Oh, come on, really? I've been waiting for Venom, Anti-Venom, and Null, so please. Well, hopefully they're gonna be good. Hopefully they're not gonna be like Spider-Man 2099 and stuff. Yeah, definitely. Changing the meta organically is not an easy task. Doing it forcefully is obviously easy. But we'll see what happens. We'll see how it works out. Is Anti-Venom Kabam Broccoli creation? No. I can tell you that much, that Anti-Venom is not made by Kabam Broccoli. Please not like Spidey 2099. Yeah, I know. Some of the gameplay of Null showed today he heals. Possibly. Yeah, somebody mentioned that as well, so that should be quite good. I like that. I like that a lot. Really? Do I like the animations? Yeah, they seem fine. You know, nothing wrong with them. Perfectly, reasonably fine animations. What's up, Jellycon? In one restaurant game model for sure show with most strategic players. Yeah, but again, the devil's gonna be in details, so we're gonna have to wait and see. And you know, I do hope it's good, but you know, I also hope the incursions could be really amazing, and they could be. They're just not. So we'll see. You know, cautiously optimistic, but you definitely need to remain cautious. Region from Susu is one of my favorite champion abilities. Yeah, same here. Same here. Absolutely love that. Okay, so is that a rank 3 hood? What? Oh, yeah, it's a rank 3 hood. There's my crossbones. If incursions had units, yeah, exactly. Like, you know, the best thing that could have had happened to incursions is that it is an alternative to arena, in a sense that, you know, over, let's say, X amount of days, you're able to gain points, which also net to your like battle chips or units and shards and stuff like that, like in arena, where you can get an equal result as it were to grind arena, except if you play well, you can do it quicker. That would have been such a perfect solution, where they maybe have like shared milestones, let's say, and you know, it's either grind arena for 3 hours or play incursions for an hour and a half or 2 hours. You know what I mean? It'll be interesting to see what synergies to bring to the symbiotes. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Should be some good ones. Because yeah, right now there's like very little to no reason to actually play incursions. Like for me, okay, I occasionally play them. Not even every month, to be honest. Sometimes I play a couple times a month, but in general, you know what I mean. And that's because, you know, there's no reason to. Okay, it's time to light up this fool. Uh-oh. Too much damage. Just talking about Jacob about how crazy it is that there are champions who lose nothing and gains a lot with suicides. It's supposed to be sacrifice. Yeah, it's not like that anymore. It's not like that anymore. You're quite right about that. And in general, people who have access to suicide masteries have such an overwhelming advantage. And, you know, I also suspect that this thing, for one, it will be interesting to see how suicide mastery setup, whether it matters or not for solo competitive mode. Because it's hard to imagine how it wouldn't, you know? My alliance wants me to take suicides off, but I do arena. What do you do? Well, the question is how serious your alliance is about war in general. Alternate revive potions and units, but exciting. Yeah, that'll be alright too. Buff all symbiotes. Well, that is the hope, isn't it? That is the hope, that null buffs the symbiote folk. But, you know, it will be interesting to see. Quite soon we well, not tomorrow. I think we should get release notes possibly today. So we'll see what happens. We played Plat 3 last season. They said they want to go higher, but I don't think they can. Well, here's the thing. You all, as an alliance, need to have a conversation. Whether if you are going to try and push war, then work with them. Be a good teammate. Take the suicide masteries off. You know, you're going to grind for the next 4 weeks. You will be able to grind less units. You know, that sucks. Yeah, sure. But, you know, it's also a thing about being in an alliance, about being a teammate. So work with them, not against them, kind of thing. And if you all decide that you will be serious about, you know, trying to get as high as you can, good. But yeah, as I said, and if they are trying, if you don't think they are serious, and if they are still trying to pressure you, then there's not much else to do but to change an alliance, unfortunately. It's just the way it is. But just talk with your team, make sure that they are sincere, make sure that everybody understands, and, you know, and figure it out. Mike did say he makes symbiote better, and they make him stronger, so there's a good chance. But of course, he's a yeah, of course. We'll see how it works out. We'll see how it works out. I'll give it a chance and place without suicides. Well, there you go. That's what I did, for instance. Obviously, I am in a very serious alliance, but you know, as soon as season starts, my suicide masteries go off, and I put them back on maybe once a week. When we have like that extended day off war, because then you can have like nearly 2 days full with them, or I keep switching them on and off if I grind for feature champion. But other than that, I pretty much keep them off. in seasons, you know. And I know I'm in a kind of luxury spot to talk about like rosters and accounts and stuff like that, but I always have made sure that I have enough options regardless whether I do or do not run Suicide Masteries. Like for instance, Mystic Champions, it was very important for me to rank up Claire because she's good with suicides, therefore I also ranked up Diablo because he's good with Suicide Mastery, stuff like that, so I can kind of like, you know, get the content done either way. Oh yeah, Deep Wounds is huge for Thekiryu. It's crazy useful. Okay, what happened to my screen here? One sec. This is fun. No, it's not. This sucks. What's up? Jagan to how are you doing? For you afternoon? Well, fair play. Suicides are not that expensive. Yeah, people really overestimate how expensive they are. The same people who say that suicides are too expensive and stuff like that often are the same people who, you know, I don't know, open like 5 calves casually a week or something. And then it's like, you know, is like 10 4-star champions and like 33-star champions like more important or whatever, you know. It's actually not even that many. It's like How Crystals is like 300 units, and you know, Suicides is either 4 to 6,000 based on where you're with willpower. So it's like what, 13 to 20 calves. Oh, my master bachelor thesis is very nice. Congratulations. Congratulations. And being fooled by not investing in mastery for very long. The deal of 1,000 units for 3 carb cores, maxed out deep wounds, good to spare. That's very good. It's very, very, very important to work on your masteries. And as early as possible. It really is important. People don't understand how much more you're able to achieve and how much more you will enjoy this game if you have your masteries in order. Bloodrunner seems to have great synergy with some good champs like Hercules. Skill worth rank 2. Well, the one thing is against with OG Black Panther is that A, he needs a high sig, and B, you know, Hercules doesn't really need those unblockable special attacks, to be honest. I know exactly which synergy he has with Hercules, but you know, he doesn't really need much of it, to be honest. So, I don't know. I'm not too keen on the idea. I know exactly why you're asking me that question as well. It's probably a Buddy Lee's video, but I wouldn't. At least I'm not sold on it yet. Max out despair, yes. Made it through the long day, 14 hours. That is a long day indeed. Could do for the game is update level through 60. That would be quite huge. That would be quite huge. Quite correct. Okay, let's do this and let's do this. Some bows, how are you doing? What's up? True potential. Assuming they follow through with the mastery overhaul, do you think they'll be keeping suicides? Yes. Yes, they will not be taking them away. If they, like, they can't. Because at this point, years and years of rank up decisions are based on existence of those masteries. They might add new ones, like they might add, I don't know, deep wounds for shock or something like that, or suicide masteries for incinerate, or basically a similar version. They might add stuff. They might slightly adjust some of the, you know, more simple, straightforward stuff. But I'd be willing to bet my bottom dollar that they would not change the suicide masteries themselves, as in Liquid Courage Double H. My badge is supposed to change today? Well, I'm sure it will later then, you know, it might happen just a bit later. Oh, nothing to do, so I'm gonna watch the stream. Oh, that's not a very high praise you give me, is it, Magdi? He's like, oh yeah, I have nothing better to do, so I'll watch this loser. You know, like kind of enthusiasm levels 0. What's up to the Star fan? Do you save units for deep wounds? Because I will rank up. Yeah, you should save units for deep wounds. In my opinion, you should. Helps so many champions. Would you save units for suicide to Abyss Path Karin's challenge? Well, the thing is, some of the Karin's challenges you don't really need units. And I think the best way to do those Karin challenges, especially now that the time limit is kind of like off, is to just farm the resources, potions, and, you know, save up revives over the course of like 2-3 weeks and then do them. So I would use my units for suicides, but I would not abandon the idea of doing Karin challenge or Abyss Path or whatever. I just, you know, work harder to either get more units or get the potions and revives stocked up and stuff like that. Like, in ideal world, the way you play, you don't use units for content. You use items that you earn. That is kind of what your goal should be to a degree. Oh, what crap. Like, I know, again, I'm a bit different because, you know, I have all content done at this point and stuff like that, but I hardly ever actually use units for any content unless there's like a huge chunk of content being dropped back after back after back, or like Abyss, for instance, initial Abyss exploration, because I was doing it immediately. I used some units. But even stuff like, I don't know, Grandmaster's Gauntlet, Summer of Pain, stuff like that, I didn't use any units for all of that, any of that stuff, because I had built up my stash. And that's the point. You're meant to be building up your stash and then using your stash to do stuff like look at my inventory, for instance. Because I have rank 5 Ghost and Warlock, Spence is helpless. I have rank 5 Warlock and Ghost. Yeah, I see that message, but it's still the same point. Base questions still there stands. Like, I used every single revive pretty much that I had. I used every single revive pretty much that I had in Summer of Pain. At this point, you can see that all potions almost, except the last 2, are full. These gold potions were full before I did the Hercules Labyrinth Run stream for funsies. And, you know, revives are 19, 14, still. They're restocked. Now I can do a big piece of content. I reckon I could do easily a Path of Abyss, probably without units. With that amount of revives and stuff. So yeah, what you do is... you use units to further advance your account. Either a good offer or masteries or whatever else is needed. And you use items to clear content, ideally. Obviously, if you're nearly done with content and stuff like that, then you use it for something else. Skipping my funeral to watch. Why is it your funeral, huh? Who is about to bury you? What's up, Judas Priest? How are you doing? Exploration for the 3 labyrinth green challenges. What should I do? It's quite simple, man. Do whichever one you... First of all, figure out what's more important to you. Trying to get as many rank 4 resources as you can, or getting a 6-star generic awakening gem and that, you know, 10 crystal. Second of all, understand that you're eventually going to do both. So do the one that you think you're going to enjoy more, you know, unless you have like really kind of decided that you want to push for a rank 4 champion or something like that. Because keep in mind, it's kind of funny that to a degree, and I'm sure somebody's going to take it out of context somewhere, but to a degree, Abyss rewards are kind of already getting a bit outdated, in a sense that for top tier players, and I mean it only for top tier players, obviously, but top tier players are looking at the most valuable things in the game always, right? And what are the most valuable things in the game? Right now, it's tier 3 alphas and tier 6 basics, which Abyss does not offer, right? It's kind of similar to how Labyrinth does not offer tier 5 basics. Now, it doesn't mean that the rewards are bad. No, they're not. But a lot of people who are at the very top of the game already are kind of looking away from that. Like, so in my personal evaluation, Abyss rewards are slowly kind of sinking, just like Labyrinth rewards started to sink after a while. Because keep in mind, it's been a while since Abyss came out, isn't it? It's been like, what, year and a half? I don't know exactly how long it is. I think it's been like a year and a half. So, you know, those rewards aren't fresh anymore. The freshest thing is tier 3 alphas and tier 6 basic. So you need to figure out where you're at in the game. Are you trying to chase the highest items, or are you just trying to establish yourself more? Because the longer you leave off Abyss, the less appealing those rewards are going to be. Got the 5-star next, and I had 3 choices: Black Widow Clairvoyant and Omega Red and Vision Arcus. What should I have picked? I personally would do Black Widow Clairvoyant. Usually watch gambling streams on Twitch. This is the only streamer I watch on YouTube. Ah, thank you. It's very nice for you, Alex. Solo modes exactly looks like Summer Showdown. If it's quick, I'm up for it. But again, with the solo mode, the devil's in the details. With the solo mode, the devil's in the details. So we'll see how it works out. Hopefully it's good. Do you have platinum pool deals in your store? No. No, I don't. A balloon head with a little snail holding knives towards the balloon. Okay, head just exploded. Of course. Exactly. Easy path of Abyss without units? Sounds like it's time for it. Easy. Well, I already have done paths of Abyss without units. Just, you know, with my items. That has happened already multiple times. What's up, Roy? Took down the Grandmaster last night, got nothing out of the crystals for 5-star CGI. Ah, sorry to hear, man. But you know, at least you got the Grandmaster down. Insulin issues. Android issues. Well, hopefully Kabam sorts that out quick. Hopefully, because, you know, it is horrible. Skipped my birth. Of course you did. Of course you did. Liar, liar, pants on fire. Hey, what's up, Paul? Hope you're well. It's worth investing in them if I have a 5-star version, especially when you consider Awakened. Okay, Nitin, the way it depends on champion per champion, man. And in general, my personal kind of rule of thumb that I have broken a couple of times with like Sorcerer Supreme, because unexpected things happen where I had to rank up Mojo, and I think with Venom as well, where I needed to use some catalysts, is in general, I don't rank up 6-star versions of champions that I have as 5-stars rank 5 until I'm able and ready to take them up all the way to rank 3. That's kind of like number one thing. Number two is whether you should use a 6-star unawakened or low sig rank 3 or a 5-star rank 5 entirely depends on champion per champion. Like, if you're talking about someone like, I don't know, Black Widow Clairvoyant, who gives a shit about her awakened ability? It doesn't matter at all. If you're talking about, you know, Ghost, then, you know, 5-star rank 5 is pretty much definitely going to be better than 6-star rank 3, even low sig. Like, when I was doing Act 7.1 and 2, I frequently switched out my 6-star relatively low sig Ghost for a 5-star rank 5 Ghost, just because getting to level 2 faster was more important than a bit of extra attack. So it depends on champion per champion kind of basis, you know? It's not cut and dry type situation. Oh crap, yeah, whatever. Still dead already. Who cares? I think it'd be great if we get next chapter of Legends Quest in January, February. What do you mean, next chapter of Legends Quest? What Legends Quest? screens, get my room to rank 4. It's going to be even easier. Yeah, well, there you go, right? There you go. Then that is what you should probably focus on right now. If you already have like fairly established roster stuff like, because people are different, because there are people who have very small roster, for instance, and they're kind of barely getting in there, and they're like definitely desperate for like a generic awakening gem or like a good 6-star pull. Then a base is probably more important there if they're nowhere close to a 6-star rank 4 or don't plan to chase it very early. You know, then Abyss is probably the way to go. But if you are already in a place where you're kind of closing in on that 6-star rank 4 or plan to do so, then do that. 40-50 million will be enough for appearance 5-star? Yeah, it'll be enough. You can do it, would be cool. Would be cool, Jordan. I don't know how many champions were rank 3 in your catalyst. There you go. For instance, Krishna would be in position where Abyss is probably more valuable. A video on the rank 4A. What are we using the rank 4 champ like AA? I mean, is it worth the rank? Okay, my personal views are very simple. You rank up top 5 prestige champions. Period. If you ask for my personal views, that's my personal views. Rank up top 5 prestige champions. Done. That's what I'm gonna do. Especially like my first 3 rank ups. My next 2 rank ups or next 3 rank ups are gonna be Dr. Doom, Silver Surfer, possibly and probably Namor. Something like that. Right? And then we can start looking at the GOATs, the best of the best, like, you know, Nick Furies and whatever else. My personal views is anything that's, you know, outside of top 10 prestige or something like that is not the best pick. But, you know, that's my view, and I'm not trying to force it on other people. Because, you know, everybody can and does play this game differently with different motivations, and that's fine. Did you get any footage rank for APOC? No, I did not. Any idea with new Everest content coming? Well, everything does seem to be stale right now, but it's not the content's fault. We have gotten more content over the last 5-6 months than we have ever had in history with this game, and the game still feels stale. You know why it feels stale? Because Alliance War is in the shit state. Alliance Map 7 is already old. And we haven't had a new game mode since Incursions, which was a failure. And then before Incursions, the newest game mode was Alliance War, you know? So it's been that long, and they have done that little. This game needs new mechanics, new ideas, and new game modes. You know, I don't think there will be many people crying if they just scrap Incursions, for instance, but add in a game mode that requires our attention. Like a main game mode. Thanks for ranking suggestions. No worries, Nathan. Anytime. Something fair, no? Why can't nose be 12 inches long? Goes in a barefoot. Oh, shut up, Roy. There you go. Whom will you rank up first? Corvus, Glaive, Colossus? Probably Corvus. Because Corvus is a champion that needs every single last attack point he can get. Colossus already has, like, you know, all the damage in the world. How are you feeling, bro? Actually, not too great this morning. I kind of feel worse than I did yesterday for whatever reason. I don't know why, but, you know, happens. Happens. I know I can see him 6-star or Awaken 5-star. It kind of depends. Well, first of all, what do you plan to use CMM for? Why do you need to rank her? And then you need to figure it out. Whether its Awaken ability is needed. When are you learning Tiger? Shush. There you go. What if Kabam died? Kabam is not a living organism. Kabam doesn't die. Should I choose to make rank 5 a 4-star Dr. Doom or a 4-star Hyperion? Both. That's it. Both. But I'd probably start with Hyperion because Dr. Doom's tankier. Most likely. The thing is, this game doesn't need any champion at rank 4 as 6-star right now. You don't even need rank 3 as 6-star. Again, fun fact, taking a 6-star from rank 1 to 2 gives you more attack and health boost than it does taking a champion from rank 2 to rank 4. Kabam has slowed down 6-star, like, you know, stat increase so hard that at this point, you can still use 5 stars for any single piece of content, let alone 6-star rank 2s. You don't need a rank for anything. You rank up whichever champions you want and like, you know. For me, it's prestige that matters most. For some people, especially like as well in Alliance like New Nation, like having a great Alliance war attacker or defender is most important thing. That's really the only 2 uses for, and only 2 things that you need rank 4s is prestige and Alliance war attack or defense. Not even attack probably as much, mainly defense. That's it. You don't need a rank 4 6-star for any piece of content. So all of these people saying, don't rank that, it's like, fuck off, rank whoever the fuck you want. Tiger would have awakened her with a gem 600. There you go. Somebody is in love with Tiger. With a bet it'll be another 2-3 years before we see rank 5 6-stars. Well, what happens then? I think the game is gonna try and shift into gear system where gears are kind of meant to be able to push away 7 stars for a while, but obviously after X amount of time the only next option is 7 stars. Null will be good, hopefully. Yeah, he created Professor X, Silver Centurion and whatever else, but he also made quite a lot of duds probably. They told you 2 champions that he made, they probably didn't tell you 15 that he made and sucked. If that champion perform like rank 4. Okay, Nitin, again, that is a shitty... No, let me explain to you. Rank 3 6-star champion cannot perform like rank 4 6-star champion in equivalent circumstances. Because you can put on your boost on a rank 3, but what is there to stop a person putting a boost on their rank 4? Rank 3 is rank 3 and rank 4 is rank 4. And there is a difference in attack and health, and it's pointless to pretend that there isn't. Like, when you're fighting in Alliance War offense, for instance, you know, oh, I'm gonna boost up my rank 3, therefore I'm gonna have it equivalent to a rank 4. And then the dude that has a rank 4 6-star will boost up his rank 4, and what he's gonna yell that he has an equivalent to rank 5. That's just such a stupid way to think about it. You can boost up anything, you know? So, yeah, no. You're wrong. You're just flat out wrong. You should never think like that. You should never think like that. It's like, I'm gonna boost up my rank 3 6-star. It's like, yeah, sure. It's like, okay, you're gonna boost your rank 3 and, you know, there's absolutely nothing stopping anybody from boosting up a rank 4. And in which case, the difference is even bigger. Because once you involve boosts, it is effectively a health and attack multipliers. And, you know, 30%. Let's say if your attack is 1000, right? And you increase it by 30%. Then you have 1300 attack, right? But if your attack is like, I don't know, 1500 and if you increase it by 30%, you have, the difference has even grown because of the boost. So no, the entire boost talk is just bullshit. It's typically kind of people just, I don't know. Whoever came up with that is committing such an intellectual fallacy. And the fact that people actually think that and believe that and talk about it. Anyways. Anyways. Is there compensation? There should be some sort of compensation coming, yes. Need solo incursion? That could have been quite interesting, yeah. But never gets solo. What never gets solo? Roy's Armand's brother confirmed? Probably. Traffic jam. Oh, come on, Roy. Come on, Roy. Sabertooth, Labyrinth Run, or Mike's Revenge. What to do first? Sabertooth Run is most fun. Sabertooth Run is most fun out of them all. So the God Slap was reserved for Armor only? Nah. By the way, why can't Tiger miss Apocalypse? Third hit of the beam. She can. I think she can. Should be able to. Normally we should have defensive tactics. Yeah, I think so. New version of Scarlet Witch. Well, it's gonna be next week when we get the new version of Scarlet Witch. I get the 4-star, but you know, I'll have the 6-star in a moment. What's up, Matthew? How are you doing? Who created Null? I don't even know. I'm not that comic savvy. Come on, please die. Oh, crap. Okay, let's go. I don't know what. Anyway, the 6,000 come to mind would benefit the most from rank 4 as the rank 3 versions. Which 6 stars would benefit the most from rank 4s? Putting prestige aside, putting Alliance for defense and stuff like that. It is the champions that have burst cycles, or champions like Corvus. For instance, like Corvus' value significantly depends on whether he's able to finish the fight with the first cycle, right? So Corvus is like probably number 1. Corvus is, reasonably speaking, likely to be the most kind of like beneficial champion from an extra attack, right? Then there are champions like CMM, for instance, because her quality and usability also significantly depends whether she's able to burst down an opponent within either 12 seconds while she's still indestructible, or within, you know, 1 cycle of kind of like but yeah, so they are the champions that either have very big significance in their burst damage, or in general just can use every single last attack and or health point that they can get. First rank 4 will there be champion enjoy most together. Well, there you go. Go and do that. Root rank 5, 6 star for the memes. Yeah, I don't think anybody's can do that. Sorry if it was already mentioned. So what do you think about the current week objectives? Oh, actually I need to do them. You know. Okay. Let's go. Well, I think about fucked it up. What do you think? That's exactly what I think. I think about fucked it all up, as I always do. So it's embarrassing. Like, you know, they should be embarrassed, is what I think. They should be embarrassed. Okay, so let's get 10 levels on. What is this? This Grandmaster's Marauder. Oh, who the fuck cares? Okay, so let's level up something. But, you know, that's what I think. I think Kabam should be embarrassed. Do I have a champion that I can even rank up? Oh yeah, I need a skill rank up, I think. Okay, so let's rank up Daredevil or Moon Knight. Sorry, let's go Moon Knight. There you go. Congratulations, Moon Knight. And no 50% boost just for rank 3. Yeah, exactly. There is not a single boost that you can put on a rank 3 champion you can't put on a rank 4 champion. That is fairly good brief way how to explain what I previously said. Boost logic. Like seriously, how they come up with such logic. Thanks, Polly. Have a question? Sure, we shall. Ask away. Kabam Cooper? Yeah, Kabam Cooper. Really hope I can become Thronemaker before in this. Well, best of luck. I'm sure you can. I'm sure you can. Sure you can. Why couldn't you? Why not? Applies weakness. Epoch special 1 applies weakness. It is only important if it actually has applied it, or, you know. Unless... anyways. Tiger can do that. No, Mystic Champion starts the game, no cap. Maybe. Maybe. If you can only be compared. Null was formed in the void that it was before the universe came to be. Okay, there you go. Null origin story. And he killed Celestials to create a deadly sword from one of them. Metal. That's quite metal. Okay, let's claim the milestone thingies. There's something in there. Some more stuff in there. Very good. There'll be compensation for people who did objectives before they took it. I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know. No. Okay, we can open a 6-star crystal, I guess. For funsies. Why not? There you go. What synergy team do you need? When you hold lock again, if you do it, how some YouTubers do it. It's Heimdall plus Hella or Angela, Michelle. So it's Heimdall plus Hella and or Angela. The one I had multiple 6-star rank for level 1. I had none of that. I don't have any of that. Feeling that we'll see 7 stars early next year. I hope we don't. I hope we don't. Where are the objectives announced before, or just improvisation from Kabam? Stupid wasp. I would have loved the ability in 2099, by the way. Because, you know, I don't have one. The 6-star. But wasp, you know, goes 660 now. It is right. Only matters if you get hit by a special one. And if you did, obviously. Yeah, there you go. In the game to keep moving forward, they'll have to do something. Yeah, well, that is the thing. They plan to lean in the artifact game quite heavily. That's what they plan to do moving forward. Rather than pushing 7 stars early, they plan to do artifacts. Again, 6-star assassin, not sure how to feel about it. I actually awakened mine not too long ago as well. I might end up taking him rank 2 for funsies. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. What's up, William? How are you doing? Start between Warlock and Wallman. Ouch. That would just be so much better. That Agent Venom today. Only thing positive about this buff in the future. See, there's still something. There's still something. This for past or lol Kareem challenges. Again, it kind of depends what's more important to you. Look at the rewards. Figure out what's more important to you. Rank 4 resources, or like a generic 6-star awakening gem. That's effectively the most significant difference there. And then decide. We just had this conversation earlier in the stream. What's gear system? Artifacts, like, I don't know. It's gonna be either some sort of weapons or amulets or talismans or, you know, something like that. Equipable items that vary in their quality, rarity, and abilities, and give champions extra abilities. That's the gear system. How will artifacts work? Nobody knows. You know, because every game, well, not every game, but, you know, there are tons of different ways these artifacts can work. You know, because like the typical image, the typical mental image that people have for artifacts and relics is, you know, when you play some sort of RPG, you can equip your boots, you can put on a shield, you can put on like a weapon, like an axe or a sword or a helmet and, you know, armor and stuff like that. That's the typical sense how people look at artifacts. In this game, it's not going to be like that. I can promise you that. You're not going to have like fully equipable. We're probably going to have like 1 or 2 slots that we can equip on a champion, some sort of artifact that effectively works similar as, you know, additional mastery or something like that, or increased base stats or something, depending on rarity and stuff like that. Also, the one thing that we do know that on the rarer artifacts is how we're gonna get strikers. You know about how they showed that there will be another icon next to the special attack button with a champion that you can kind of tag in for a bit to either extend your combo or throw a special attack or something like that. And that is going to be also tied in with artifacts somehow, but we don't have any details exactly how it's going to work in this game. 6-star King Groot and duped, or 6-star Colossus and duped? Colossus, definitely. King Groot 100% has to be duped, in my opinion. There you go. I was wondering when that stuff would be introduced to the game. When that stuff, well, in Dev Diaries, it was said to be introduced by end of this year, which I frankly am not sure whether they can with all of the issues. It is going to be soon. It's imminent. I'm quite sure that within their original plans, we should have started seeing them either this or next month. Now, we may or may not, or it might be early next year, but it's soon. It's not far away. It's one of the things that they had a fairly set timeline of by end of 2021. So it should happen relatively quickly. Gear going to make Groot top prestige champion, man. I don't think they're going to affect prestige with gear still. Okay, chance for me with the next month. Well, best of luck. I don't need anything in that. To be honest, I don't know what's in that crystal, but from the featured champions, I don't need anything, so I'm not really likely to open many of those, so I kind of didn't care. You know what I mean? Yeah, but get me. Because they will make it very complex for the core game design of this. Yeah, there's a lot of things to be feared about these artifacts. There are a lot of things to be feared about. Artifacts will either make this game exceptionally awesome and kind of save it and elevate it, or they're going to bring it to the ground. It's one of the two things. Or, you know, everything's going to be bugged for 2 years and nothing works, and, you know, then they're going to remove it or something. Who knows? Where is the new Kabam video? Which new Kabam video? What Kabam video do you want? Even mysterious synergy with Penny should be in basic kit. Well, the thing is sometimes it's very hard for a synergy to actually matter. Like competitively, you need exceptionally good champions, or you need really good champions on both sides. Like, the reason Cable and Apocalypse works is, you know, because both of them can put in significant amount of work and you don't need anything else. So that's why Cable and Apocalypse still kind of works, because they do different things, and you know, you just need Hound team and they help each other, and it's good. But so many synergies don't work, and it's because one of the champions is not quite good enough to actually be kind of like on people's teams. Let's say like Crossbones and Mangog, you know? Mangog synergy is super important for Crossbones to be able to kind of like stack up the Furies and stuff like that, right? But, you know, nobody in their right mind wants to bring in Mangog. Nobody wants to bring in Mangog. It by reflection affects Crossbones because people feel that, you know, he need that Crossbones synergy. That Mangog synergy, and that is a very good example of you know, a very vital synergy holding a champion down, because there's a piece of shit champion at the other end, and there's a ton of that stuff. So for any sort of synergy stuff to work, it needs to be so that both of the champions are versatile and very capable and do not have too much of an overlap. Think of relics as individual masteries for each champ? Kind of, probably. We'll see. Sold off the feature, but if there's only one other beyond god tier and besides her. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. The one explaining solo competitive mode. What about this? You know, I left a link to Kabam's video in my last video for that solo competitive mode. It's there. It's on YouTube. Any thoughts on if we will get any real compensation or what's anytime soon? Probably get something. They said specifically that they're going to be sending out some sort of solo player package thing, you know? So, we should be getting something, yeah. Roll versus Winter Soldier acts like Arena, I know. Oh yeah, that, yeah, I don't like Realm of Legends AI at all. Oh yeah, good synergy is an excuse not to buff champions. It's definitely BS. Yeah, but again, in case of like Cable, you know, I can get like I don't think Cable needs a buff right now, for instance, because that synergy is that good and Cable already sees play. But you know, if they can give some really good synergy to some sort of moderate character and it's still not getting used, then you know, then you probably need to do something more. I think I think ultimately it doesn't matter whether it's synergy or a buff or an overhaul or a value buff or whatever it is. I think what matters is whether the champion is actually getting used. You know, do whatever you must. Like again, in Cable's case, all he needed was a synergy. One synergy, and all of a sudden, you know, the dude's getting taken to rank 3 as a 6-star pretty much immediately, and you know, puts in work in many game modes. I don't think Cable needs a buff because the synergy solution worked for him. At the same time, like, I don't know, Red Guardian and Abomination, you know, Abomination is good now, but I still think Abomination does need a buff because he's barely getting used, kind of thing. Or like, I don't know, Killmonger and Winter Soldier, you know, Winter Soldier, Killmonger synergy helps, sure it does, but you know, does anybody play Winter Soldier now? No. So, you know, Winter Soldier should get buffed. I think that is ultimately what matters, whether people actually use that champion. Little symbiotes coming? Yeah, hopefully it is. Hopefully it's a good fun event. Synergies don't bother me. Piss poor buffs do. Yeah, piss poor buffs is... It really is sad. Even Guillotine buff, it looks that it's gonna be so shit. At best, she's gonna have slightly more damage in some fights because they took away her OP level 3. So I'm not even sure on that, to be honest. And Regent's nerf to the ground, there's like no additional value to the character given. Who the like, why? And that coming again right after they said that they're taking down the amount of champions they're buffing because they want to, you know, buff them well. Nothing about that buff says to me that it's a good job. Synergy partner is the reason my Medusa is still rank 1 and Kingpin is going to rank 5 as ASAP. Well, there you go. True, but on the other hand, will be modes in future where you can't bring in... Yeah, no, I do understand. But, you know, we already had that. Summer of Pain, you can't bring in Cable, you know. Like, okay, but, you know, it's not too big of a stretch saying that that content is not for Cable, you know. I don't think that's, like, that big of a problem. Not every champion has to be able to do every piece of content. I think ultimately, once again, the most important thing, whether it's synergy, whether it's buff, whether it's anything else, is whether the champion is getting used. I think a good example is Storm. They gave her good synergy with APOC, but she's still not worth giving ISO. Yeah, well, there's another thing why Cable works and why most of those other ones don't. Really, not really. And that is the fact that you don't need to make Cable Horseman. That's the most important thing. Because I hardly ever use Apoc's Horseman ability, you know, because that's kind of forfeiting, you know, a powerful character. And you don't want to do that. So any champion that demands that Horseman ability is kind of like already sus. That's already a lot more limited in its use. And the second thing is that... what's the best way to put it? Cable actually makes Apoc better. Apoc's already good, but with Cable, Apoc's much easier to use in much more circumstances, you know? In many more conditions. So... that's why Cable works. And not like, I don't know. That's why we don't see Gambit and Apoc duo, like, kind of thing. You know, somebody surely is using it, but that's why it's not so popular. Because Cable's synergy is actually important to make Apoc better, and it does make Apoc better. Oh yeah, I actually took my hood to rank 3 because of that. Because, you know, I'm kind of okay with his kit. I'm not gonna say that he has, like, you know, the best abilities in the world, but I just browsed through his synergy list, yeah? And it turned out that he pretty much has synergies with most of my most used champions. So it's like, you know, I guess he's going to rank 3. Like, you know, I guess there's no reason not to. Because he synergizes with Mallman, which, you know, it's fair play. Synergizes with King Groot, which I use plenty now. He synergizes with Ghost. Obviously, I do have a rank Ghost. And he synergizes with Kingpin. You know, and I use those champions a lot. And I think there's something else. So I was like, yeah, okay, let's rank up Hood. I think they pretty much ruined Namor's hype after they changed him. No, I think Namor already had lost his hype before they changed him. The thing with Namor is Namor was similar story to kind of Strife. Oh my god, you need this, and yeah, blah, 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 whatever. And then it turned out that you don't really need Namor. It was nice to have occasionally, but you definitely don't need him. Or, like, you know, too much in particular. So, yeah, I think, but you know, in my eyes, Namor didn't change as a character pretty much. Remove Cable synergy. Forgot about that. At least the character summon symbiote is confirmed to come back and guaranteed he'll be integrated. Well, hopefully Steve comes back. Hopefully Steve comes back. I think we all miss our little Steves. Good. Keeps growing on you? Yeah, same here. It keeps growing on me. People honestly overrated the Horseman ability. So PG, main mags, Horseman incursions. I'm so confused. No, yeah. Well, I mean, like, he does gain a bit, you know. When champions do get that Horseman ability, it obviously doesn't hurt, you know. Bleed immunity or not taking bleed damage is really useful. And stuff like that. And for some champions it helps more, for some champions it helps less, for sure. But the Horseman ability, I hardly ever use it in regular content. I hardly ever use it in regular content. Good, Mallman is also nice. Almost unlimited bullets. Yep. Does Max need more special damage? Not in the slightest. But you still, first of all, if you're not running Coagulate, you still shut down the bleed damage you might be taking completely. Second, Horseman Magneto, if you are not doing the heavy thing only, and if you're getting tagged, you will go unstoppable, which might save you. And if opponent has any shrug of abilities, you will go unblockable. So, you know, there can still be some benefits. And obviously, does he need any more special damage? No, he doesn't. But, you know, it's not like it made him worse. It's just that there was very little benefit to be had from doing so. But if he was maybe planning to switch out APOC or something, then, you know, fair play. Are you ever nervous about the future of the game? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely nervous. I'll be nervous. Have you been watching my channel? Dude. I'm like one of the only MCOC YouTubers who's actually constantly saying I'm shitting myself and, you know, things are not good. Whilst you have the Chinese Communist Party program YouTubers saying like, oh, look at this, beyond god tier damage and insane amount of shit and everything's fine. Fuck yeah, I'm worried. Who wouldn't be worried? People that are not worried are just ignorant at this point. Nick Fury CMF Synergy is up there with the best. I don't know, maybe if she had more human looking feet. I don't know. I used to like CMM. I gave her like 5-star generic awakening gem back when it was important, and I ranked her all the way up to rank 5 and synced her up and all that stuff. And you know, I used her a fair amount. I made a good review video on her, all that stuff, and I have completely abandoned her. I use her for nothing, and I don't value her much anymore either. And kind of hard to explain why, I suppose, but I think somewhere along the line things have gone bad for Captain Marvel movie version. Professor X energy is better if you need more damage for mutants, making Max poison resistant. Yeah, well, but again, Professor X energy, then you need to have like Wolverine or Colossus or something. Obviously there are better synergies for Magneto. I'm sure that, you know, you can find even like more useful things. Making Max a Horseman, I'd rather have APOC. Yeah, me too. Like, I'd rather have APOC with 4 charges, but if you plan either to swap out APOC, or if it's quite easy for you to rebuild the charges, then why not? Like, I would make any mutant in Incursions a Horseman. I would make Magneto a Horseman as well. Like, if that was part of my plan, if I was bringing in Apocalypse and Magneto within the first 2 or 3 rooms, whilst the fights are still super easy and last no time at all, I would make Magneto a Horseman. Why not? Like, why wouldn't you? If you either plan to swap out Apocalypse, or if you plan, or if you're just gonna rebuild the charges. Now, in Incursions, that's one thing. You know, in Quest, I might not want to do that. But in Incursions, why not? You know? I don't understand why are you guys so obsessed about it though. Like, I'd do the same thing. If it would be like somewhere at the beginning of the Incursions, yeah, sure, I'd make Magneto a Horseman. Why not? You know, it's... Yeah, but he tried to fully build up APOC. Well, the question is, did he manage to build APOC back up? Because if there's like next fight's mutant or something, you know, it's fine. Again, I'd do the same thing. videos, but plenty of them. Admittedly, not all the videos, but plenty of them. How long do you think it can go before it's point of no return? Well, for us, it's impossible to say. I think it's quite undisputable that the game is on a decline right now. We're going downwards, as in, like, we're definitely losing more players every day than we are gaining right now. Point of no return varies based on Marvel. That's what this game's based. Like, you know, that ultimately what has decided the fact that this game's going to live this long and it's going to be as popular as it is. And, you know, if Marvel gets everything in gear and smashes us out with new Spidey movie and everything that starts happening, you know, brings a lot of people, then obviously you extend the shelf life of the game even if it's struggling. Because, you know, new players would know that, you know, you can download the game and you can start tinkering around with it, and you're not gonna know that the parry timing is off and that something's not working as intended, and, you know, all the community's problems are not necessarily your problems if you had just downloaded this game 2 weeks ago. So a lot of that depends on what Marvel does, not just Kabam. As far as the rest of the community player base goes, it's also important to understand how many people would come back and how many wouldn't, because a lot of people quit, a lot of people come back. There are people who quit this game like 5 times, come back, and some people quit for good. Every time somebody quits, you run the risk of them leaving for good, right? And for somebody to come back, the game has to be doing well. And that is like... That is a critical point. Kabam, only thing Kabam can do, has to do, must do, and, you know, there's no question about it. The need to make sure that the game feels fun, fresh, and enjoyable. The reason the game has survived that long as it has is because things in this game matter more than in other games. Now, whether people like to admit it or not, that is true. The reason this game has survived is because you can't spend $300 and get every champion as a 6-star. You know, you might spend $2,000 and not get the 6-star that you want. The reason that this game is as popular as it is because it still can excite you. Like, for me personally, still the feeling that I get in, like, you know, competitive alliance for fighting for top 3 when there's like 1 death difference in the war, and, you know, I need to do a mini boss or a boss or some difficult boss fight. I still get shivers, you know, hearts racing. It's still exciting. It still matters to me. The moment things stop mattering in this game is the moment the game starts dying. Problem right now is pulling 6-star champions starting to matter less, because, you know, in my situation, for instance, you know, I have most of them. Yeah, there are a handful, but because there's only a handful of champions, my chances of success are extremely low, and majority of my openings are disappointing for me. And, you know, besides 6-star champions, you know, what else is there? You know, less things are starting to matter. Kabam need to find things that can excite and people can care about. Like, as a game mode, Incursions was a total failure. Nobody's ever gotten like super nervous, excited, or heart rate accelerated in Incursions, I think. Or, you know, not many people anyways. But Kabam needs that. Kabam needs to find things that accelerate people's heart rate and find things that matter. And they can't give away shit. I personally, as of one, think that acquisition of resources has become too easy. Like tier 5 frags and stuff like that, you know? I don't even care for like small tier 5 crystals anymore and stuff like that, you know? Because they're just throwing shit at us everywhere. Like, last few months how many tier 5 CC we could earn in between Grandmaster's Gauntlet, in between Summer of Rain, stuff like that. They have had some sort of critical breakdown at a point where the resource management is concerned. I'll explain in a second, but let's take a look at it. Like, remember when taking a 5-star champion to rank 5 was like super rare and important? It was like such a big rank up. 5-star champion goes to rank 5. It was such a big deal, right? Well, one of the things why it was a big deal, because it actually gave a significant boost in attack and defense, and attack and health. 6-star rank 4s don't. 6-star rank 3s don't. So that already means that I care about ranking up champions less. Because there is not that huge of a difference that it was when I was taking 5-star champions rank 5. I can understand why they did it, but it still feels underwhelming, So I'm not as excited when I take champions rank 3 now as I was when I was taking champions rank 5. Because in the game it matters less. Any champion that I have rank 2, I look at them and I think, they're fine at rank 2, Fine, I don't necessarily need to take them to rank 3. It's like I don't gain all that much. That is one big problem, I think, where Bam might have had a good reason and good plan for it, which is to extend the life of 5-star champions, but I think it's backfiring. Because, people don't care about ranking up those champions. People don't care about ranking up those champions as badly. People don't care about getting those resources as much, And the whole game all of a sudden seems a bit more meaningless. I think that is one of the fuck-ups. And another fuck-up, what I think is, I have always played this game at a relatively high level, right? And if you take a look at how many 5-star champions I have at rank 5, it's what, 12, 24, 6, 48, 50, 50 now. So I have 50 champions rank 5, about 5 or 8 of them have been ranked relatively recently. As in, like, that I have ranked up for funsies or because I had nothing to do. About 40 champions is where I was with 5 stars when I stopped ranking them. Right, so I got up until about 40 till I had the next new interesting thing, which is to take up 6 stars to rank 2 and 3. And yeah, so I got to about 40. So like champions like Terax I ranked up recently for funsies. I don't know, Spider Ham I ranked up just because I had a spare gem. I ranked up Ronan just because, it's Ronan, and I kind of figured why not, because I need to use some cosmic catalysts, stuff like that. So Penny Parker just because I want to mess around with her. I kind of regret it because I got 6-star not too soon after. But in basic terms, I have about 10 champions that I have ranked up relatively recently, and about 40 rank 5 stars where I stopped. The problem we have right now is I'm at that point with 6 stars, not too far off, where I don't care for taking them to rank 3 because it's not rare anymore. You have, okay, I'm gonna count Hercules as a rank 3, let's say. So you have 6, 1 second, sort, rank. Okay, so we have 12, 24, 36, 37. So 37. So I'm about 3 rank 3 champions away, which I could rank up within next week if I really wanted to. I'm about 3 rank 3 champions away from the same point where I moved away from 5 stars, like which afterwards I generally didn't care much for 5 stars. And there's nothing in place right now. There's nothing in place past this point. Initially, when you took your first 6-star to rank 3, it was a cool thing. When you took your first 5, 10 6 stars, it was like really rare and exciting. Same with 5 stars. With 6 stars, less than with 5 stars because of the reasons that I mentioned before. Because, the actual benefit in game wasn't as big. but you know, it still felt awesome. Right now, yesterday I ranked up a hood. I don't even really want to make a video about it because I don't think it's anything, you know, that special. They had some catalyst, you know, a few of them, and I took hood to rank 3. And that's it. We're at that point where, you know, the highest rank up is rank 4, which is like limited to 1 right now. We're gonna get second one at some point soon, but that feels even less important, kind of, besides prestige and defense, because the benefits are even less than taking rank 3. And I think that is, after getting into double digits, I really don't care. There you go. And that is the problem. This game survives if we care about it. But if they do things like that, these tiny changes in the system, in the way we acquire new resources, and the way the progression works with champions, makes us care less, because it is less difference, you know? There is less difference of a 6-star rank 3 to 6-star rank 2 than there is a difference to 5-star rank 4 to 5-star rank 5, for instance. So Kebab needs to figure out something that brings us that excitement, you know, that makes your heart jump when you're opening a crystal, that you know, makes game modes have your heart rate increase if there's like a time match, something. They need to make sure that the things matter in this game more. Not gonna lie, it's very easy for a new player to progress. Then of course it is. Of course it is. I have been saying, like, as far as I'm concerned, you know, because I started this game from the very beginning, I have been saying that it's very easy for new players to progress for like 5 years now, you know, because even after I started, I had to play like 3+ months to get my first 4-star. And then, you know, people get it on day 1 now. But, you know, 3 years ago, they got it after a week. And I was like, that's not fair. And stuff like that. Yeah, of course it is. But it has to be like that. It has to be like that. If Kabam didn't make it easier for new players to progress, the game would be dead as well. Because somebody downloaded this game, got excited about it, started liking it, and, you know, started getting a bit more serious about it, and then realized that there is no way that he can catch up to more experienced players. They would leave. It is something that has to happen. Always. New players always have to have easier time than the people who have played this game for longer initially. It just has to happen. Everybody's overacting, but it doesn't. Every time someone makes someone horseman for no reason. Well, again, in incursions, it's not for no reason. If you're gonna know for a fact that you're either gonna rebuild Apox charges easily or you're gonna swap him out, then it's not for no reason. Okay, the benefits are not much, but, you know, it still helps. I'd still do it. 3 people are returning because of null and anti-venom. Well, hopefully they do come back, yeah. Round of applause for your wiseness. What? The whole concept of this game is that you're fighting to gain something, only to release new upgrades or ways to advance champions somewhere because people reach the top. Yeah, well, there you go. Yes, that was quite wise, Alex. Fine, you got it. You get a cookie.
Great success.
If5cc is in a weird spot. Not close to Thronebreaker in a story progression sense, but I have fully formed Mr. Catalyst. There you go. There you go. So not getting any from the cow quest. Yep. Okay. Stupid. I hate fighting this goblin. Such a goblin. Come on, lad. Oh, come on. Really? Okay. Okay. We'll see. You're feeling better? You sound congested. I am congested. I actually feel a bit worse today than I did yesterday or 2 days ago. You know. Bit by bit. Bit by bit. We'll get there. We'll get there. You know why? I'm not constipated, I can promise you that.
Take my money.
James, $6.90. Poor stream has been
Haha, I pressed something that I shouldn't have. Ah, my bad. Thank you, James. Thank you very much, James. A really bad day if you're congested. No, I'm not constipated. Where's this constipation shit coming from? So Streamlabs wouldn't let you donate? Why wouldn't it let you donate? Ah, shit. Jokes are back. What exactly was my little symbiote event? The little symbiote event effectively gave you a 1-star symbiote that you kept for a month. And as you were doing like event quest stuff, I think it was like uncollected EQ and stuff like that, you gained rank up resources to rank up your symbiote. He was a 1-star, but you know, he was being ranked up using special catalysts, and he was effectively the most powerful champion, more powerful than like 5-star rank 5 champions in people's rosters once he was like fully ranked up. On top of that, he didn't have many abilities, but they gave him a crap ton of boosts, and he had like really broken boost. It's basically, think of it as he had his own customizable incursions hacks that were not random, but that you were able to control. Yeah? And you know, those would last for like an hour or 2 hours, and you could kind of configure your little symbiote as you wanted, giving him either immunities or bleeds or poisons or like prowess buffs and whatever crap. And he was OP as fuck. Now, you couldn't use him in every single piece of content, obviously, because then everybody would use him just to steamroll through like Act 6 and stuff like that. But you know, there were places where you could use him, and it was fun as fuck because people had, well, first of all, people started writing kind of like pet diaries. So there was a ton of kind of like what's the best way to call it? There was a ton of what is the explanation for ton of? Not fan fiction, but stories or kind of like essays wrote about the symbiote on forums that were genuinely funny. Like a ton of jokes were made, kind of like, you know, his symbiote's misbehaving, I don't know, he eats your shoes, or I don't know, tries to, I don't know, eat neighbor's dog and misbehaves and stuff like that, you know, as people do with their pet. And they kind of treated him as a pet, and then they were giving him names like, I don't know, Steve. I think Steve is one of the most popular ones, but you know, there's more than that. And in general, it was a good event. It was good in everybody's memories because you got to play with like an OP character. He was like literally the strongest champion in your roster once you kind of fully boosted him up. And you know, it was kind of like also sweet in the sense that you have like the pet project, and yeah, that was the little symbiote event. For many people, it's kind of like remained in their memories as the favorite ever side event. Clear Act 4 was 3 stars second ago. I had 9 months. Oh, back then, yeah. Struggle was real, yes. The struggle was real. Video about the new 1 vs 1 game mode. Hopefully they battle chips. Well, hopefully it's gonna be something interesting. I'd be so immensely happy if he came back and put my double venom plus venom dark plus red goblin on the team with him and give a ton of extra. Yeah, you know, I bet there would be. I'd like that as well. I enjoyed it. Yeah, it's okay. Don't worry, Roy. I'm not gonna let James hurt you. James is a bit of a bully. But definitely be more conscious about the stuff that you post. You know? Don't need, as I said yesterday, don't need to write 20 messages. You can write 1 and put things together and, you know, stuff like that. But don't worry, I'm not gonna let James hurt you. Did anyone about my guy asking about getting 75 alt console gifting event? I did not read about that one, but you know, hey, whatever makes him happy. Whatever makes him happy. 75 alt accounts for gifting? Sure, why not? That's a bit much though, isn't it? It's quite rough. Like, don't you think it's a bit much? You know, 70 alt accounts I can get behind, but 75, that's just madness. Hey, what's up, Alex? Groot's better than Thekiryu.
Alex, $7.99.
That's just false.
Greater than Nick Fury.
That's just false, man. How much? Can anybody tell me how much is 7.99 Australian dollars compared to 6.90 US dollars? I just need to know who's bigger there, really. Did Dexter? Again, Roy, you don't need to post several messages on that. Again, this is the last time I'm telling you though, Roy. I did Dexter. How the fudge that is not 1 message there? How the fudge? Again, be more careful with those messages, man. Don't type in 1-word messages. Going through loading screens, and yeah, I know that alone would be enough to stop me, unless you have like 75 devices. But yeah, no, right, seriously, you know, I'm trying my best here, man. Just work with me. Next time I see you type in 1-word messages, you're going in the timeout, man. You're going in the timeout zone. Hey, what's up, JJ? You don't buy daily cow, wish me luck? Well, best of luck to you, James. Best of luck. Oh yeah, okay, so nobody told me. I actually need to see. Okay, so Australian dollars. Thank you, Alex, by the way, but you're wrong. Australian versus dollar versus USD. We have 8 and it's 5 cents. No, James is still winning. Aussie money is losing out to US dollars. But thank you very much. No, thank you. What's up, Chilled? How are you doing? Okay, so we have this. Do I want to use that? So I'm just gonna bring this and whatever. Let's go. See which. No. Hopefully you pull a 6-star man. 6-star Hyperion from the special crystal stuff thing is very good. And push for Cav, who would be better for content? Starting finding Fury, Dr. Doom. Do you have deep wounds? That's the first question. First question, do you have deep wounds, young man? Then I would rank up Nick Fury first, because Dr. Doom is like super tanky as is, and he doesn't really need that help all that much. You know, he's super tanky, and his damage rotation still involves the whole level 1, level 2, level 3 kind of thing. Nick Fury, on the other hand, benefits more from increased attack, but he also definitely benefits more from having increased health pool when you play at the 30% range. So I'd go with Nick Fury first. See wrong, Katie? What if Kabam's Area 51 box Groot is being tested? Maybe. Who knows? Who knows? I would love for that to be true. You know, I'd love for Groot to be an absolute savage. I'd love, you know, I think it would be good if Groot becomes like the best champion in the game. When does Gilly buff goes live? Either next Monday or Tuesday. Either next Monday or Tuesday is when it goes live. And it's more than likely gonna be shit. From what I have seen, it's gonna be shit. But, you know, maybe not. Maybe not. Definitely do not run carry yet. Definitely do not run carry yet. Some Legacy Lion? Like, does your kid still has all his fingers on? Like, it's like... It's like, Rank 2 Havoc or Professor X? Depends what you need. What different champions. You know, objectively, most people will say Professor X is better, but, you know, for certain things, Havoc might be the right choice. Which one do you like more? Which one do you use more? I'll see you when I get home. Well, alright then. Well, alright then. Ah, crap, he's still alive. Groot's better than Hercules. Hey, I wish that was the case. I wish that was the case, Alex. Maybe one day. Maybe one day.
Alex, $7.99. Groot greater than Hercules.
But thank you very much, Alex. I still disagree. But now Australian dollars are winning. There we go. Thank you. There are Clintar catalysts in my inventory. Do you think they'll see one star symbiote again? The Clintar catalysts have been in your inventory ever. You know, since that went. They have never went away. You just needed to filter them specifically to see them. They have been there literally for years now. And despite that answer, I do think that we're going to see my symbiote next month. Because that is what everybody seems to be thinking right now. So, you know, it's quite likely. I think it was teased somewhere in as well. So, you know. Hopefully we do. Hopefully we do. You know, going to be there. I definitely think, yeah, her region's looking like shit. Get some dupes for ISO, but well, you know, still ISO. See what? Okay. Oh crap! Oh, that was kind of handy. Come on, lad. There we go. There we go. Oh, right, I want to do something and I almost forgot. I almost forgot and I did want to do something. Where is it? There we go. There we go. Something has been done. Well, when will I make an animation video? I don't know. I need to ask White Mommy. But I don't know if I will make many of those. Again, it just didn't work out, you know. That didn't get the views to warrant the effort required. Well, frankly. People had watched them more. You know, I'd still be making them, but because they are short videos and there can only be like one ad at the very beginning of it if I'm lucky, an average animation video earned like, I don't know, $5 in ad revenue, or I don't know, 9. I think the most one got was like 15. And considering the amount of hours required to make one, it's just I might do it for like, you know, some sort of special occasion if I get like a good idea, but no. I like them. A lot of people did like them, you know. The problem is that not enough people like them. It's kind of a bit different there, so. Anyone else's AI been extra dodgy recently? Well, the AI has been extra dodgy for like several months now. Next week we can get 6 acid Jilwich. What do you think of her? I like her. I'll take her at least to rank 2 to have fun with it. Here we go. Come on, lad. Good choice, KT. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. One of those special occasions. My birthday. Does that count? No. No. Sorry. I'm sure your mom says that you're very special, but that's not what she means. What, Roy? You what? You're also very special, Roy. If that's what you mean. I'm sure you will, Dexter. And you know, I just noticed that you have been pretty much in every stream, and you have been asking a lot of reasonable, sensible, common sense questions and answering some questions for other people. So I figured, you know, why not? Remember, being a moderator on this channel has only one rule. If you double cross JJ, you're dead meat. She's savage. And she knows that she's my favorite moderator. So if I get one complaint from JJ about the crap that you do to her or other people, that's it. I'm not even gonna bother asking what happened. I'm gonna be like, it's done. So yeah, as long as you keep on the good side of JJ, I'm sure you're gonna do well. I don't do those things. Yeah, you definitely don't do those things. Only thing you do is retire occasionally. And recently get KO'd in incursions. More than occasionally, but still. Anyways, that is going to be it for today's stream, I think. I think we have played around enough. I actually do need to go to the store because the fridge is quite empty. And my girlfriend is threatening me. Fear for my life. If you're watching this video right now, please call for help. I'm kidding, but yeah, no, I'm probably gonna get my ass whooped if I don't go to the store in the next half an hour. So I need to get going. Girlfriend is like 5 foot. I don't know how tall is she, but she's like a midget, but she's angry, especially when she's hungry. So you know, I think it's in everybody's best interest that I get some food for her. Anyways, I'll see you later. Hope you guys have a nice day. See ya. Hello there, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So
I'm in danger.
Hello there, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about